Welcome to 2012, folks. Week 17 of Pigskin Holiday. It's playoff time.
It is.
Well, gentlemen, this is our first show of the year.
Yes.
So we have that to celebrate.
Right.
It's also the playoffs.
It is.
That is super exciting.
Yes. Super.
So for
Super
that
happy
reason,
fun time.
we shall have a shot of the Crown Royal.
Oh God. Over here.
If we cough on the camera, don't laugh. I felt it
Goddamn.
in my nose. Give me a goddamn. Goddamn.
Ah.
Some hell yeah food.
I can braid my chest hair now.
I can braid my goat.
I got enough chest hair.
I do too, but I
don't
can
have
braid
any.
it now,
Yeah.
like a Viking beard.
I felt like I just got more back hair. So.
I got a lot of that too.
We're gonna quickly run through some scores from this week. Most of them didn't really matter, but I just want to mention, even though I did put up a video the other day, 12 of the 16 games in the NFL this week had playoff implications of one form or another.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think the best game that did not have implications that we all knew was going to be a good one, everybody can guess this one, Seattle and Arizona.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what happened was, the Cardinals won in overtime again.
Again.
That's the fourth time in the last 9 home games that they did that, which is an NFL record.
Wow.
They have an NFL high 13 games won by 7 or less, the Cardinals this year. Man, that is crazy. They finished the season at 7-2. You know, the final stretch of 9 games. And Larry Fitzgerald, of course, had a fantastic catch to set up the game-winning field goal. Then he got hurt.
He did. Bruised a lung.
Bruised a lung.
But
No exit.
what a monster.
Yeah.
Patrick Peterson,
Mm-hmm.
fantastic punt returner.
Yeah.
Yes.
Torched St. Louis twice.
Pro Bowl punt returner.
Yeah.
Yes. He set the NFL rookie record for return yards at 699.
Oh.
What?
Yes, he did.
That's
Yeah.
insane. That's a lot of return yards.
So well deserved for Patrick Peterson. Good job, bud. Anyway,
Former LSU guy.
huh?
Former LSU guy.
Yeah, we shall see what they do against Bama this week.
Yeah.
So Arizona 23, Seattle 20. A good game by 2 good teams. 2 of the best teams to not make the playoffs
Right.
by far. Speaking of teams not making the playoffs, how about the St. Louis Rams?
Yeah.
Everybody knows today they fired GM Billy Devaney and head coach Steve Spagnuolo.
Yes.
But they had a pretty good game against San Francisco
Put up
yesterday.
a fight.
They did.
We all lost by a touchdown.
If it was not for the fact that their backup had to leave the game because he got hurt,
Right.
and the backup botched it for him,
You
they
know,
would.
Clemens scored their first touchdown. I saw the run. And he was pretty stoked about it. And I liked seeing that fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's not going to be a quarterback controversy in St. Louis, but we do need a good backup. And
Right.
at this point, I'd say he's
And
the
you
pick.
know, regardless of all the draft expectations saying like, take luck, blah, 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 blah. No, they're not going to get rid of Sam Bradford.
We need a
That's
wide
not
receiver of a high
happening.
caliber and then
They
some
need
O-line.
O-line.
Sam Bradford is not going anywhere.
As for the Niners, Alex Smith, not a 5'9" of the world,
Right,
but a different
yeah.
Smith. He only threw 5 picks this year.
Yeah.
That's the fewest in the NFL.
Wow.
And they hadn't allowed a rushing touchdown until Clemens scored that touchdown yesterday.
Yeah, how crazy is that? That the Rams managed to break a record for San Fran.
And also be one of 3 teams to beat the New Orleans Saints.
Yeah.
So,
It's like all that they set out to do this year was just piss people off. They're like, oh, you guys are doing real good. Oh, no.
we'll still lose.
No.
We're going to piss you off.
Yeah, that's all that they did, including me. That's all they did.
Yeah.
Piss me off.
While we're talking about coaches, let's go over some of the changes that were made today
Yeah.
and some of the changes we expect down the road.
Right.
In Indianapolis,
Napoleons.
they have the first pick, but the Napoleons are out.
Mm-hmm.
In their regime, they had the second best record in the NFL. 2 Super Bowls, 11 playoff appearances. I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah.
As far as Jim Caldwell, he's still employed as of right now. It's being debated whether or not he'll stay.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'd say. I mean, they didn't have Peyton Manning this year, and from that alone, the whole team fell apart. So
They didn't expect to not have Peyton this year.
But
so.
you need to be prepared for that kind of thing. So I can
Very
kind of
true.
see why the Polians were held accountable for a situation where our team is only Peyton Manning. Seriously,
Yeah, well,
which we discussed that earlier in the year.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's inexcusable that any one team ever should rely on any one person. ever.
Right.
Look
Like
around the league this year, backup quarterbacks in the job that they did this year.
Yeah.
Look at Yates in Houston. You
Right.
look, you look even in St. Louis. There was some good backup quarterback play. You look around the league. There's quite a few quarterbacks that were not the starters.
Tebow's.
Tim Tebow, exactly. And then in KC, Chicago.
The couple
not
games
so
that
much.
Walker played for Tennessee.
Speaking of Chicago, Mike Marsh, as far as I know, did not accept his contract extension that was offered earlier this year. So he's apparently not going to stay in Chicago.
Right.
Remember Dave Wannstedt?
Yes, I do.
I believe he coached in Chicago for a while, didn't he? And in
Mhm.
Dallas.
So.
Well, he is now the new defensive coordinator in Buffalo.
Oh,
Miami is looking for a new coach.
Miami, bitch.
I guess the interim coach down there is not going to stay that way. Jacksonville looking for a new coach.
Mm-hmm.
Matter of fact, guess who some of the leading candidates are for that job?
Hit me with it.
Your OC over there in New England.
What?
Our OC over here in St. Louis.
Really?
They're candidates for the Jacksonville job. That's a division, sort of. Are they the same division?
Jacksonville.
Jacksonville, New England,
No.
Buffalo.
Jacksonville is
It's all
the same.
AFC though.
Yeah, it's all
You're going to
AFC.
meet somewhere down the line.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm saying it's not really a division thing, but it can still come back to haunt you if you get
Right.
deep in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So there's two spots there. Tampa fired Raheem Morris and the whole staff today.
Yeah.
What a bad season for the Bucks. What happened there, Jen?
I have no idea.
They have a cool logo.
They do.
And
I don't know what.
It's pretty cool too.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Who has a pirate ship
Right.
with cannons in it?
Yeah. It shoots
I
up
want
a
to
cannon
sit
every time he scores a
in the
touchdown.
pirate
It's
ship.
awesome.
I don't like Tampa Bay hardly at all, but I want to go sit in the pirate ship.
I do too.
Mhm.
Maybe one day we'll do that.
I think we
One of our
should.
pretty
goals.
awesome.
We have
Yeah.
a bucket list yet?
Yeah.
We'll start a
should
bucket
get
list. Go to Daytona.
Yeah.
Go to Tampa Bay.
Talladega.
Talladega for sure.
Yeah, I just
Green
want to sit
Bay.
in the ship. I'll root for the other team. I don't care who it is, but I want to sit in the ship.
Yeah.
Now going back to interim coaches, the one in KC, Romeo
Mhm.
Crennel, is expected to probably stay in that position.
Really?
And then they'll get a new OC over there.
Oh.
San Diego. Could be just like St. Louis, huh?
Yeah.
Coach and GM out.
Out.
Oh.
So obviously Jeff
Bravo.
Fisher is a leading candidate for any coaching
Go
job.
out and do it.
He's mentioned a few teams he'd like to be interested in, possibly coaching. But,
Mhm.
let's talk
And
about
he's actually friends of the Demovs who both work for the Rams.
St. Louis. He has friends all over the league, though.
Yes.
And speaking of that, also, we pretty much expect that Coach Spags will end up in Philly or the Giants as a DC.
Right.
I think Philly's kind of ahead of the Giants, but the Giants is where he was from before. It'd be much easier to slide back in over there.
Right.
That's
Right.
true.
And they have a great defense.
Yeah, and I think he'll do fine.
Yeah.
He was I thought he was a good coach. I respected the guy.
Yeah.
The results weren't good, and after, like Jim was saying, well, why is it the coach's fault? Well, because it's been 3 seasons of losing football.
Right.
So the organization
10
as a whole.
38.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the reason why. Now this year we had a lot of injuries and whatnot, and that's to be expected. But at the
Right.
same time, we didn't put a good product on the field.
Right. I mean, when you have a head coach that's 10-38 and then your GM is also 12-52, then
Right.
something's got it.
And aside from Sam Bradford, how much did we really draft?
Right. Exactly.
Nothing.
By the
Yeah.
way, rumor has it that we'll be having a draft special coming up here. That's in April, isn't it?
Yeah.
Around my
And we
birthday.
will.
So we'll be talking about that. We also have more details later about our playoff shows and the Super Bowl fiesta
Extravaganza.
at Mario's.
Yes.
The super happy Super Bowl extravaganza.
That's pretty much it for right now for the coaching changes. There's going to be a lot of coordinators changing places.
Oh, yeah.
Jumping in.
This is only Black Monday. There's more to come.
Oh, yeah.
a lot more to come.
Yeah.
It's going to change a lot. It's just like NASCAR's silly season. It's pretty silly.
You're silly.
You know what else is silly?
Matt Damon.
KC and Denver.
Yeah.
7-3.
Wow.
Talk about freaking awful.
I tell you what, there's two teams I'm worried about. Okay, first of all, you don't go to the playoffs this way, Denver.
Right.
You don't go to the playoffs this way, Houston.
Yeah.
You don't do it.
Aren't they playing each other though?
Denver's got Pittsburgh at home.
Oh.
Yeah.
And Denver. Cincinnati's playing Houston. as you see by the helmets. Did you get them wrong? By the way, the helmet situation this week is he's got the AFC matchups this weekend, which should be actually the other way around because it's Cincinnati at Houston, and it's
I give no fucks.
anyway. He's got the NFC package over here. I have the guys with bye weeks. So
Talk
San
about this
Fran,
package.
Green Bay, Baltimore, and New England are eating chili and watching football this weekend.
They are. How awesome is
I'm
that?
gonna miss that, cat.
Yeah. You big joke. You made the fucking chili right there. He's just
Don't call me Sue.
Nope.
Anyway,
He's a retard.
the Broncos and the defense showed back up this week. I will say that was good because the previous 2 weeks they didn't show up.
No.
Tebow had the worst day I've seen him have. He threw a lot of picks against the Patriots. I didn't really get to watch that game, but he had receivers open and couldn't get the ball to him and was scrambling, and they gave him nowhere to run to. And he just looked kind of disorganized yesterday.
He was confused.
He was fused by corn.
He was confused.
Confused.
Corn fused.
But no, I don't know what his deal was, but he was not playing at all like he had been.
No.
It was like it was his very first time out there. He's like, what do I do?
And they relied on the running game a lot. Tebow only threw 22 passes yesterday.
Yeah.
So, but McGahee had 145 yards.
Nice.
So the running game was trying to work. It was 7-3. It was a low-scoring game. Defense was all over the place.
Yeah.
And that KC defense is the same team that beat the Packers.
Yeah.
So not a big shot.
Only team to do it too,
Right.
mind you.
So Tebow was 6 of 22 for 60 yards with 1 pick. They're the AFC West champions, by the way. But no, just not. The Broncos, by the way, had the #1 rushing offense.
Really?
They did.
Wow.
But they were 23rd overall and 31st in passing, which is
Awful.
Who was less than that?
I don't know.
Probably St. Louis.
Probably.
Anyway, the 32nd team.
Yeah.
I'm sure it was St. Louis. We scored nothing this year,
No.
which was a big shock. But we didn't have team. We didn't have Bradford half the year. We didn't have our receivers. We just got Lloyd. By the way, before Bradford went out, I saw him throwing balls to Lloyd that weren't even catchable. Like I'll just throw it there. I mean, I watched Sam follow Lloyd the whole time and just launch it. It's like I was kind of concerned with that. Like that's kind of like trying too hard or something.
Yeah.
So I hope that in the offseason that they can work that out because that's
If
not
Lloyd
typical
stays.
Bradford football.
Yeah.
No. Lloyd, yeah, I hope he does stay.
I hope he does too.
I do too.
So enough about that game. The Broncos will face the Steelers at home this week.
Good luck.
That is
Bad news for them.
Good luck.
But Mendenhall's hurt.
Yes.
He's out.
Mendenhall's out.
Broncos play Sunday against the
He's
Steelers.
done, son.
Done.
Speaking of that, first of all, his backup that came in last night, he had a decent game, scored a touchdown. So they're not, they're going to miss Mendenhall, but not like there's nothing
Well,
there.
no, that's not a big of a game breaker as that would be some other place.
But is Ben going to be 100% healthy?
No, I don't think
Because
so.
he didn't play in this game,
No.
right? It was the other guy.
Yeah, no, I don't think he will
What's
be.
that guy's name?
Charlie
Batch.
Batch.
Oh, was it him? Who's the other guy? The other.
Twitch.
No. What's his damn name? He's pretty good too. He played
Quarterback?
Yeah, he played some last year. Anyway, we're making ourselves look silly here.
I'm not. I didn't say shit.
The Steelers have not played that great lately either. They've won some close games, but they have not put a lot of offense out.
No.
Now you don't need much against Denver because they're not going to score much, but their defense is pretty rough. So who has the advantage this weekend? Steelers offense, Broncos defense.
That just depends. The bottom line, what's going to be a deal breaker there is the quarterback situation. If Tebow has his A game on and Roethlisberger does not, Denver can pull that one out. And it's just because their defense is such shut down, beat the hell out of you kind of play. But if Tebow has a game like he's been having and Roethlisberger has his A game on, Denver's done.
And and it also comes down to the fact that this is a lot of the players on the the players on the Broncos aren't really used to being in the playoffs and having this opportunity.
And the
Steelers are definitely used to it.
Right.
70% of their players have been with Roethlisberger since he's been there. So
Yeah, playoff experience is he's in playoff.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just it's there for a reason.
right.
By the way, I just got it in my ear. I found out that the quarterback who we couldn't think of his name, it just popped up on the screen while we were talking about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was good.
Oh, nice.
It's covered. Good.
Awesome. That's a good job by our support team.
Yeah.
They're always on the ball.
They are.
Let's see. We got a little bit of time left. Do we have time to go over this Detroit Green Bay game right quick?
Man.
Oh, no.
I hope.
Well, we should just toss it in there. What the hell?
All right, 86 points were scored yesterday. Detroit at Green Bay, Lambeau Field. And what kills me about this, I love it though. You know, the Packers were able to rest a lot of starters, including Aaron Rodgers.
Right.
Would you believe they would win 45-41 and set a franchise record for the offensive output yesterday?
Yeah.
Matt Flynn, his second start ever, 31 of 44, 480 yards, 6 touchdowns, and 1 pick.
Nice.
How does that happen?
Nice.
How does Aaron Rodgers not set the franchise record?
That's what I mean.
Matt Flynn.
Yeah.
That's what I'm.
He's a free
wondering.
agent, by the way, so we'll see if he stays or goes or pulls a Matt Castle, you know.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's only one game. You can't really.
I know, but that's
pretty damn impressive. Yeah.
You know how they are, though. A lot of people in the league base the next year on the last couple of games. But they just did real good. They're on a hot streak.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, here's what's great about it. Normally those games are against another team who's not really worried about it.
Mm-hmm.
And they're both kind of playing half-assed. This was Detroit.
Who's playing to get
in the playoffs and get a good seeding and get a good momentum. They scored 41 points, for Christ's sake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when you score 41 points, it's usually enough to win the game.
That's a couple different times that Detroit has done that this year, though.
Yeah.
Mario, why don't you give us Stafford's stats? Pretty good game. He had more yards than Flynn.
Yeah, he threw 520 yards, 5 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions.
Oh my God.
Unfreaking believable.
So let's just preview the Detroit game this weekend.
Yeah.
As you can see, they're going to be playing the Saints.
New Orleans. Yeah.
Oh,
So,
Lord.
poor Lions, they play the Packers and Saints back to back.
Yeah.
And if they win, they get Packers again.
Yep.
I doubt they win because I have a record book here full of reasons why the Saints are going to win.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. But I mean,
straight win off this year.
you know, and
The whole team.
Yeah.
but in Detroit's favor, you know, you have Calvin Johnson, who only caught 11 receptions yesterday, but still had 244 yards and a touch. So I mean,
Wow.
freaking Megatron. I mean, come on. You know, and at the same time, you would think, oh, maybe he was the only one that was really producing as far as the wide receivers. Everybody else just had none. No, Brandon Pettigrew, 7 receptions, 116 yards.
Yeah.
Yeah, freaking insane.
Dude,
so
I mean-
you have guys on Detroit that are actually stepping up and being like, you know, we're not going to go without a fight. So
Well, think about what we said last week. We referred all year long to that season opening game between the Packers and Saints at Lambeau.
Yep.
So it started at Lambeau and it ended at Lambeau in a huge shootout.
Yeah.
So what does that all point to?
Yeah.
Lambeau, in the end, the Packers.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
There's this floating helmet that pops by once in a while. We talk about the Packers.
Yeah, we've seen it a
It just
couple
started.
times.
It just started appearing really.
Yeah, it
recently.
goes-
It's like the ghost of the Packers.
Yeah, goes to Packers
It's Vince
past.
Lombardi.
Son of the beach.
On the other hand, Houston Texans have lost 3 in a row and are limping into the playoffs, and they're going to host Cincinnati this week. I tell you what, that home crowd better do some serious work. And Gates better get back to where he was at before because these
Yeah.
Bengals are for real.
They are. They're on fire. They're going in looking pretty damn good, I think.
Yeah,
Because Jerome Simpson might just flip out.
right.
It's possible he might. You never know. He did it once. He could do it again.
Yes, he
He
can.
probably never will, though. Nobody else will do that.
Well, one game I forgot we didn't mention much right quick. We have about just under 2-minute warning. Oh,
Beep, 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 beep.
Giants and Falcons. The Giants barely got in. Falcons got in there, and on the strength of the last few weeks were pretty good. The Giants pretty much the same thing. They had the one loss there toward the end of the season, but it was a good loss.
Yeah.
You know. They're coming in with pretty good momentum. So we picked Steelers amongst us pretty much.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bengals Texans.
You know, I'm going to go with the Texans just because I like their running game. And if Foster plays, I think that'll be a difference maker for him. He didn't play last week. He was out. And if he plays, which you know they're going to try to play him if he's at all able to, that'll be a difference maker for him.
Well, I think I'm going to go with Cincinnati, but Houston's should be a pretty competitive game. But, you know, you mentioned playoff experience. Even though the last 3 weeks were not playoffs, they already clinched. So it seems like that was a little bit of a letdown with the Texans because
Right.
They don't know how to handle that whole pressure. Like the Packers and the Saints, they get that kind of situation in Detroit.
Yeah.
You go in with momentum, they kind of limp in.
Yeah.
So, who you got?
I got the Bengals
Okay.
on this one, mostly because of just the Dalton Green connection. I mean, it's getting stronger and it's gotten stronger. And you would have thought that like he would have come off of a huge game going into the playoffs, but no, AJ Green pretty much was unrecognized yesterday, didn't do anything. So he's waiting for his time, and he I just think that they'll get it done.
Okay. We've watched Detroit the last few weeks have a lot of offensive output and make a good push into the playoffs. The Saints have just blew everything out of the water this year. I'm going to take the Saints. Anybody got Lions?
I'll take the Lions.
You got Lions, Texans.
I'm gonna have to go with the Saints.
I'm going to be the underdog, mine, except
Okay.
whenever it comes.
If it was Detroit playing anybody else, I would say it would be Detroit. But since it's the Saints,
Man, I thought the cops were here.
since it's the Saints, I'm gonna have to go with the Saints.
All right. Last but not least, Giants and Falcons.
Atlanta,
Atlanta.
I'll take the Giants.
they are on
I'll go G-Man.
fire.
They beat my Cowboys, so
Julio
I'll
Jones.
give him a break.
Julio Jones is a madman.
Oh my God! It's
And Matt
crazy.
Ryan definitely does not want his season to end like it did
No.
last year against the Packers.
You're right. The Falcons have soared into the playoffs
Yeah.
Yes, they
with
did.
great results, but the Giants have got that one thing back that we talked about way back earlier in the season about how they wear them gray pants with the stripe and it's kind
Yeah.
of the tough working man's look. They've got that attitude back and that swagger, and
That's
that is
true.
what I'm going to ride into the playoffs for the Giants. But I don't think they'll get past the next round,
Okay.
regardless. So.
Fair enough.
That's it for the first quarter. In the second quarter, we'll talk about the record-breaking day for Cam Newton. Well, not this day, but this past few weeks, and for the Saints. That's the big one. Woo! Some tight ends changed some records too. We'll be right back. Second quarter.